Yeah, so a little while ago, I came across this video from Hi Fight, and if you don't know who they are, they're basically like the premier highlight fighting game channel, and the name of the video was called "What Was That Combo?" And this one kind of caught my attention because, as far as Street Fighter V is concerned, if you know anything about it, it's kind of considered one of the more easier execution games, right? At least in the Capcom series. Street Fighter 4, of course, being known for its much more difficult one frame links and other difficult combos that were kind of unique to that series. So to see a video from Hi-Fi about a combo in Street Fighter, it's pretty rare actually. So I was pretty interested in. I mean, the way this video was titled, all caps, three question marks. I was like, oh wow, this must be like a really difficult combo. So I'm watching the video. The name of the player in this video is called Fujimura. Fujimura is kind of known in the FGC. Well, historically, he is probably top three best Street Fighter V players. So he's considered a monster over there in Japan and worldwide actually. Um, I think that is his nickname. Like they call him the Machine because he's known for being able to just pretty much do anything imaginable in tournament under the highest stakes imaginable. So it's not too surprising that he was able to do this combo actually. You know what's interesting about what I like about Fujimura, why he's probably my second favorite Japanese player, is that he always is coming up with something new and unique and a new perspective with the character that literally no one, at least from a tournament point of view, has come up with or seen before. But he did this combo with Chun-Li, and yeah, so check it out. One of the reasons that makes really any combo hard in any fighting game, really at all, is a charge character. And so, if you're familiar with fighting games, you already know what a charge character is. But basically, it just means you have to hold down back for a certain amount of time, or it depends on which direction. You can hold back or down back depending on the move, or just down. You have to basically charge and holding down this direction to get your move to come out. It's very difficult, not very difficult to do in by of itself, but in combos it becomes increasingly more difficult. And when I first saw this combo, I didn't really quite get why it was so hard, even though I do play Chun-Li. But then when I realized how many charge moves he's actually doing in this combo, it's actually ridiculous. So I had to give it a try myself. So so I did. I booted up the game. I got my Chun-Li ready, and I was like, you know what? I want to try this combo. And and from what at first I was like, you know, it can't be that hard because I already play the character. I've already played the game for a long time. You know, I already, you know, Hi Fight breaks down the techniques you need to do to get this combo. And so I try it out, and yeah, it didn't go so well. So basically, long story short, it took me about 9 hours in total, I believe, to complete this combo. I think I started on a Saturday and I finished on a Tuesday. And not 9 hours, obviously back to back, but like over 3 days. And the thing about it is that when you get to combos like this, it's kind of like you have to break it into sections. You can't. It's not a combo that you can do in one sitting because each section requires mastery of a specific timing that you kind of just have to drill into your memory. And when you get to combos that have this tight of that are like this frame tight and have this many techniques going on, you really what I started to realize is that it's not so much about thinking about knowing what to do, but feeling it. Now, what I thought was interesting that I could add to this conversation, that rather than just being some random person who tried a combo, I noticed that Hi-Fi brought out that in order to do the stand medium punch into EX Fireball, that you had to do an up back motion. Long story short, I couldn't do it that way. I just felt like there was a way to do this combo that maybe Fujimura didn't come up with or didn't decide to use. You're able to charge pretty easily up until you get to the stand medium punch, right? But obviously you can't charge during stand medium punch because you can't hit a direction because obviously stand medium punch only works from a neutral state. So the problem wasn't getting the charge time, really. The problem was you actually don't need to hold the charge during the stand medium punch, because there's a forgiveness window apparently in this game and in other games. I think in other games it's called charge partitioning, but I don't think that exists in Street Fighter V. So it might be called something else. But basically, the game will let you stand in neutral after a charge for a significant period of time. If I was just fast enough, then I could get the move to come out. I play on pad, right? I don't play on stick. And I think that pad enables you to do some things that stick doesn't, especially when it comes to button rearrangement. I mapped my R1 button, which is typically your heavy punch button, right? I mapped that to be medium punch. And then I mapped my R2, which is typically triple kick, to be triple punch instead. And then all you have to do is hit forward in between those two buttons at a timing where you can get both the medium punch and the EX fireball to come out back to back. I think I figured that out on like the second or third hour of trying to do the combo. And then after that, I was like, I think this is possible, right? Because everything else before that is not too hard. And then the only other hard part after that is just getting the charge. It's charging for the next fireball and then charging for the bird kick, which is pretty hard, and even harder when you put it together. But still, I thought it was possible. And so, yeah, I don't think Fujimura would have done that though, because for one, he doesn't play on pad to my knowledge. Yeah, he definitely doesn't play on pad. Yeah, I don't know any Japanese player that plays on pad, except for I don't know, that one grappler player. What's his name? Kichipa, I think. But anyway, so yeah, I went with this method, and yeah, I mean, as you can see, I was able to do the combo. I think it was pretty sick. It took me, like I said, 9 hours. What you're seeing here is I believe it was the last 12 minutes of me trying to do the combo. So basically, I was getting to the point where I could do the whole combo up until crouching medium kick into heavy fireball. And I was just starting to get the heavy fireball to connect, because the timing is also very strict with that, because you have to cancel it really early. Otherwise, it'll get blocked. After you do the forward motion for the fireball, for the regular heavy fireball, then you have to charge down forward, which I didn't know. But yeah, you had to hold down forward immediately, and then you have to be super familiar after that point with basically with Chun-Li's recovery animation after the fireball, because she has this very unique recovery animation that you can see after her fireball, where she kind of spins her arms, like she kind of reels back and kind of does this, like, I don't know what you would call it, but like she kind of, rotates her arms or hands in front of each other, kind of like the spinny thing. And you have to watch that animation closely. And just as she's bringing what I believe to be her left arm, as it's coming up, hit the up direction, and at the early, which is basically the earliest point at which you can do her spinning bird kick in that combo. So that took quite a long time to get right as well. So as you can see, all these factors kind of make the first you gotta focus on getting the counter hit. You gotta time the crouch heavy punch. Then you gotta do this V skill that literally nobody knows how to use. Like, nobody knows how to use. Then the timing after the V skill is extremely specific. You have to, when she lands, there's a very, very small window where after her arms are extended, and then she goes back to like a regular crouching position, is the point at which you can hit the crouch light punch. And that really, to me, was actually the hardest part. Once I figured out the trick with the medium punch and the EX fireball, to me the hardest part was just getting the timing right after landing from the V skill, getting the timing right for the jab. And then there's another gap, a teeny tiny gap after that, where you have to hold down back and after the jab, and then hit the stand medium punch, right? Because it's two very, very tight windows that right next to each other. That is extremely annoying. And so I just had to really force my brain to understand that timing. And once I did that, like I said, the rest of it was difficult, but not as insane as that part. And yeah, this is, I have yet to see. I don't know if this combo is even optimal off of like a counter hit jab. I would imagine it is because Fujimura is an optimal player, but can I say this is a practical combo? Hell no, it's not. It's not a practical combo. Like, there's no way. Like, if you can do the combo, like I was able to do the combo, right? I maybe with weeks of practice, I might be able to pull it off in like a ranked or casual match, maybe. But I can't imagine ever doing it in an actual tournament. I do believe this is the hardest combo in Street Fighter V. I've researched other combos, and from what I can tell, there's very few characters that can really say that they have the hardest combo. Outside of like the only other characters that can compete with this combo is maybe Manat, but I'm not too familiar with her combos. But I just know that they're hard by nature. Infiltration just posted a crazy combo with Lucia, who I'm also learning right now, with this new account that you see. And then and yeah, like I think it's probably either going to be a charge character, like it's either going to be a Urian, a Guile, or some character of that sort, right? And then obviously there's the oral combos, but the only thing I don't count about the oral combos is that the hardest oral combos are not actually possible to do in an actual like match, much less a tournament, due to the unique aspects of oral that don't really allow you to set up the circumstances to do them. But I honestly think that this is probably the hardest combo in Street Fighter V because, first of all, it's the only one that's been done in tournament. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is like just the sheer amount of charge moves that you have to perform in such a short amount of time is yeah, it's pretty insane. I mean, Chun-Li is probably known for having the hardest combos, so it actually makes sense. Like after Manat, Chun-Li has crazy combos. She's known for her crazy Kakosha combos. And the fact that someone like Fujimura was able to come up with this combo, to even come up with it is crazy enough, but to actually execute it is kind of insane. So yeah, so let me know what you guys think about like actually doing combos with different button configurations. Do you think it's practical? Do you think it's kind of whack? Do you think like it's something that should be explored more? If you like the video, yeah, I mean, I guess you could do give it a like or something. Maybe that would be cool. But yeah, appreciate it, guys. Peace.